Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, honor, and respect be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors be to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations be to the hopeful elect. Alright, wherever you may be. This is a in-transit lesson. Through the Spirit, it was something that I meditated on. Well, not so much like meditated full on, but something I was thinking about at camp, for a little bit once it was said, because we were talking a little bit about, or it might have been at the lesson, it was sometime yesterday, we were talking about how, these different things like the Black Panther Party, Nat Turner's Rebellion, these different things did not topple, the ruling elite. Did not topple the American society. Did not topple Esau, Edom. Now, and then we understand it's because, that's not according to prophecy. You see, there's things that need to happen before Esau, Edom can go down, before America, can be taken out of its power seat. All right? That's why, because you had the Maccabees, but the Maccabees didn't, take down Rome, or if I'm not mistaken, they didn't take down Greece. These different things had, because these different kingdoms the Lord set up, and they have a time appointed to rule. The Maccabees did, great damage to them, of course, and got us, I'm pretty sure got us parts of lands back. I'm going to have to go back into that, into the history of the Maccabees. Then you had Hannibal Barca, fighting against Rome, and he was whooping Rome's ass. All right, but the Lord didn't want Rome to go down. Okay, these different kingdoms, they have an appointed time. And America, which is a thing we were talking about at camp as well, America is no different. Okay, America has an appointed, it had an appointed start and it has an appointed end. Okay? So this is Matthew 26 and 54, because it's to show you that everything is according to the will of the Most High. All right, we can't, execute our own will and what we, because, of course we want to get out of here today, but, you got these Israelites out here that come in this zealot, mindset of, okay, well, we can use Esau's blessing against him. We can topple him, and, we can overcome him through violence. Well, that's not the case. Okay? And in fact, that's not the case at all, because we're waiting for, what is the main prophecy we're waiting for Yahweh, or Salaki, for Esau, Edom to go down? Yahweh Shai's return. Right? So, and that's not of our own belly. In the sense of like, we don't control when that happens, or where, or how. We understand that the Lord is going to come with the angels, the chariots. Okay, but we don't know, like Yahweh Shai said, only the Father knows. Okay, but we're not over here taking up, ARs and shotguns and all this other madness to try and topple Esau, Edom's rulership. We're not doing that, because we understand that the Lord, has an appointed time for everything. Okay, just like how Hannibal Barca couldn't take down Rome, because Rome had duties to yet fulfill as a kingdom. If Hannibal Barca took down Rome, there would be no, there would be no, really Revelations 12. If we're going to be honest, it wouldn't be, like what it is. Israel wouldn't have been, brought and put into captivity on the level that they were. Yahweh Shai wouldn't have been under Roman authority. He wouldn't have had to say, render unto Caesar what is Caesar. There would be scriptures that wouldn't be there. Okay, and it wouldn't, because that's not how they're supposed to go down. That wasn't the appointed thing, man. Now, they did end up going down, and we know that Jake ruled in the Dark Ages. Jake started infiltrating and taking over those high positions in Rome. Okay, but that was the appointed time. You see, there's different things, which is really, something I like that's called the butterfly effect. How, something so simple or so big in general, you know, whatever it may be, something being changed in history would completely alter the present, you know, and something like that would. If Hannibal Barca took down Rome, I can't say exactly, you know, what would have been different, but, you know, a good, you know, estimate, you know, educated guess, as they say, would be that Revelations 12 wouldn't be a thing, you know. And on top of that, they who know, you know, it's not according to the Most High's will. You know, I can talk all day about fantasy and all that, but at the end of the day, you know, just like with Nat Turner, now it sparked different other uprisings to happen, and it put fear in the slave masters, and you know, I really feel like it gave, you know, of course we know Esau has a perpetual hatred, but I feel like it gave those slave masters, you know, envious respect towards us. Like, damn, you know, even in captivity and uneducated and, you know, so-called uncivilized, because they're just working on fields, picking cotton and, you know, eating whatever slop that we give them, you know, but yet here they are, bold, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't take down America. Okay, for example, it's reported that the Cold War, that Russia, you know, during that time was very close. I'm pretty sure like a second away from hitting a nuclear launch button, because they were waiting for a certain message to come in, and it wasn't coming. So something like that. What if that had happened? We wouldn't be here today. You see? But that, you know, things don't happen prematurely. Everything happens at its appointed time. Now, I don't mean to be rambling on. You know, I'm, of course, trying to quote scripture, so I'm not just mindless talk, you know, babble. But this is Matthew chapter 26, verse 54. It says, "But how then," which Yahushua was, you know, talking about, you know, how he has to go on the cross, and that's what's written, and that's what the Most High's will is. You know, because right above it, he was saying how, you know, he could easily call angels and get out the situation, but it's not about that. It's not about, you know, what it's about is fulfilling the Most High's will. All right? And how do we know, you know, what is one big way we know all these kingdoms, you know, must come to an end? This isn't the kingdom of heaven. And Daniel's second chapter talks about the vision that Nebuchadnezzar had received, that Daniel broke down. You know, the Lord put the spirit on Daniel to break it down. Who gave Nebuchadnezzar that vision? The Lord, right? And the Lord was showing him in that vision that every kingdom, you know, the gold, the silver, the brass, the iron mixed with miry clay, all these different kingdoms, you know, which I'm not going to go into. That's a whole nother lesson. But these different kingdoms had an appointed end. You see, and at the end, what? The stone, you know, which was the kingdom of heaven, it smote the statue and it filled the earth. You see? But this is Matthew 26 and 54. It says, "But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be?" Right, so there's different prophecies in the Bible that have to come to pass. Okay? That have to come to pass. Like, for example, you know, brothers always talk about how, you know, once that chip comes out and gets mandatory, you know, especially Apostle Harvey pushing that, you know, that motivation. Once we see, you know, that chip be mandated, well, we're in the game. You know, Yahushua is coming back any second, bro, you know? But like Yahushua was saying, we'll read it one more time. What did Yahushua say? Matthew 26 and 54. "But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be?" So Yahushua is not going to come back before the chip. Because how then, you know, as much as we want Yahushua to return as soon as possible, we know that there's things that need to be fulfilled. And that was the same thing with, you know, America, you know, with the Roman Empire. These kingdoms couldn't go down from these different factions or these different, even mighty men of valor, because it wasn't appointed. Because there was things that this kingdom would have to yet do. Okay? Let me go ahead and get this. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." Right, and right now is the time for Esau, Edom to rule. Okay? Because what if Jake, you know, had went up into the Caucasus Mountains and slayed all the Edomites and you know, cut off all their lineages? Well, then the scriptures wouldn't be fulfilled, because we need to be in this captivity, man. As bitter as that is to say, you know, we need to be in this captivity. This is where we belong. We need to be out there preaching. We need to be, you know, catching hell for the word's sake. We need to get persecuted by these Romans, these modern day Romans. This is an example of what must needs be fulfilled. Okay? So there's no getting around that. We, you know, these just like Jacob's trouble, right? It's in the scriptures. You know, you got guys saying that it ain't going to happen or that it ain't going to be bad. Well, of course it is. It's going to be terrible. But the men of the Lord, you know, the elect, the remnant, the men, women, and children that serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, they're going to be protected in these times, bro. Okay? But you can't just skip straight to that, you know, like we just going to be doing what we're doing right now, driving to work, 9 to 5 type shit, and then Yahweh Shai is going to come back. No. The only way that would happen is if you conform to the beast. You see? That's the only way that could happen, bro. That's the only way. So, it's important to understand that these different things, they must need happen. Okay, these different things have to come to pass, man. It's prophecy. It's like it says in 2 Ezra 15 and 4. It talks about how, in fact, let me get that. Let me get that real quick. Now, so this just goes, you know, this goes with a lot of things, but we were talking about, you know, the Black Panther part and all, you know, how Jake, just like even with Black Wall Street, Jake was thriving. Nobody can argue that. You know, Jake was, you know, thriving and doing their thing, right? But it wasn't time for that. Okay, because this isn't the kingdom of heaven. This is our captivity. So what happened? Black Wall Street got destroyed, bro. Along with all the other places, because there's a lot of them where Jake was, you know, doing their own thing in their own communities, flourishing, all these different. But guess what? There's certain things that needed to happen. Okay? That's why even in Acts 5, Gamaliel was talking about different zealots, or different people in general, really, that had, you know, rose up and gathered people and you know, seemed like they were about to do something, but it came to naught because the Most High wasn't dealing with that. Now, this ministry is not going to come to naught because Yahweh Shemel Shai is dealing with it, man. It's only going to expand, as you can see. All right? But it shows that it's all the Most High's movie. It's all the Most High's show. And we just need to play our roles. All right? And our role as Israelite men and women, especially Israelite men, is to fear God and keep His commandments. All right? I'm going to go ahead and get this and close, though. I don't feel like I really need to go on too far about this. 2 Ezra 15, and actually, I'm just going to hit the point. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right, and it's talking about the prophecies. Okay, I'll read verse 1. It says, 2 Ezra 15, 1 and 2, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Boom. So, you know, these different things that are contained in the scriptures are going to come to pass. There's no skipping past that, or, well, you know, what if Esau does this? And, you know, Esau can't stump prophecy, man. Through his pride, he believes that he can do that. But all actuality is, you know, and I'm going to keep it blunt, and I'm not saying this, you know, through pride. I'm saying this through confidence and faith in the Holy Bible. That nigga's through. Okay? He can't win, man. That's why you hear brothers say that we already got the W. Esau can't win. It doesn't matter what he, you know, that's what it tells you. You can't deceive the elect, and tells you that the elect can't be plucked out of his hand. Lord, we're the elect. But the point being what? Prophecies will come to pass, and there's nothing that can change that. All right? Even tells you in Romans 3, for what if some did not believe? Is that going to make it, you know, essentially, you know, to put it in, you know, words, roughly paraphrasing what it said, you know, it was talking about, you know, basically people not believing. Who cares? That's not going to change the reality of the future, man. The reality of the future is America is going down. It's circling and draining as we speak. All right, the reality is these heathen nations are going to go into captivity. The reality is that America, you know, is Babylon the Great, and the so-called white race collectively is Esau, Edom. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites, and so on and so forth. Okay? But I just want to put this quick lesson up. Lord will was edifying to the elect, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. Double honors be to the apostles and the elders of great millstone to rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations be to the hopeful elect. Shalom.